Hey friends, today we are starting a mini series of how things are growing in our gardens and in our containers around my house, my mother-in-law's house, my customers' homes. So I'm excited to start to share different combos from full sun combos, part sun combos, full shade combos, all the things. Also what's in how to use annuals in garden beds and just things like that. So let's take a look at our first place, and this is the Creekside Garden at my mother-in-law's. It is basically all shade. She typically does lots of perennials, lots of hostas, lots of, shade shrubs, but she started to incorporate some annuals. So let's take a look. So the first thing you're going to see when you are viewing this garden bed is going to be this giant alocasia. It has gotten so big. It started probably down here, and it's just really, really grown. This is the tropical alocasia that we carry in the store. It's not the Emerald Isle, but it is still a really, really good one. She likes to put these in here just because it's shady and they do so well. Her inspiration at first was to add the caladiums around it, but chose not to. I know she had a reason, but I can't remember what she told me. But that brings me to another piece that I absolutely love, that she added this year, and I hope she does more of it next year because it looks so good. I'll let you guys take a look. It's right down in front here, and I'll show you what it is. Okay, so look at these bottle rocket caladiums. So these are by Proven Winners, classic caladium. The bottle rocket caladiums are so, so good. So what I love about these is sometimes you're going to get not bottle rockets, sometimes you're going to get caladiums that kind of like to get leggy and string out, right? But the bottle rocket caladiums stay so good. They're going to be more upright, more bushy, great for a landscape border. This would be so pretty if it was just lined in a landscape bed. You know how you see sometimes people have like the surefire begonias lining, borderscapes and stuff like that. These are becoming a huge favorite of mine to use as bedding borderscapes because they just do so well. I mean, she throws a sprinkler on these every now and then. Well, right now every day because it's so hot. But these are minimal work, very disease resistant. I absolutely love these. So if you are looking for a great border, part shade option, this is going to be really good. It gets morning sun, but then the rest of the day, it gets a little bit of dabbled sunlight, but most of the time it's going to be more shady. Have an option for you. It can take sun, but I probably wouldn't put it in full sun. So 4 hours of less and you guys will be good. But add these if you're thinking about like a borderscape. But she thought about at one point putting these all the way around here. Stunning. Elephant ear surrounded by a bunch of caladiums is a dream. I'm going to also show you this container next that she has done. She always keeps a hosta in it. It's really, really beautiful. And then we'll go on to some of her hostas and how she incorporates annuals into those. This is always a really fun one to see kind of what she does with it. So she has a hosta here that is always in it, and it's kind of nice because even in the fall, like if this all dies back, there's still some greenery that's going to take her until the winter time. So sometimes adding perennials to some of your, like, because this is a huge concrete planter that is not going to get moved and it's always going to be out here. There's lots of, room to grow in these. So a perennial would do really, really well. If you have a smaller container, perennials might not do as good. Shrubs might not do as good in those, but bigger containers are going to do okay for you. So let's start. She has the Velveteen Coleus. Again, she has that bottle rocket caladium. It's just so, so good. I believe back here she has the mesmerized caladium, a Pegasus begonia that typically gets much larger than this, so I'm not sure if just the root system's not as big, but I would have figured it would have been. And then the Rocapoco double impatiens in the front here. And then she does have another, I think it's the Bossa Nova begonia, but it just never took off. But the combination of all of this is such a great shade combo. Just put things together. I love the way even this is more of like a red typically on your bottle rocket caladium. But when you pair it with this tropical, it's not the tropical double, it's the I can't remember which color this is, but it really pulls that hot pink out of that double begonia, and it pulls the pink more than it's pulling the red. And kind of the same here with that coleus there. So a fan favorite. Every time someone comes by, they love this one. It's a big favorite of mine for her shade combos this year. And now let's go check out how she incorporates some coleus in her hostas and just kind of fills the gaps with those, and it looks so good. She started doing this last year, I believe, and I love it every year. So you can see here, she just kind of goes in and adds in some blank spaces, adds that's the velveteen. I believe this is the torchlight, but it's taking on a more green color because it's mostly in the shade. Typically your torchlight is going to be more like orangey color, but this has pulled more greens this year for whatever reason. You can kind of see underneath like the color of that it's supposed to be. But yeah, I love the way she does this. It just looks so good and adds more of like a pop of color when you're looking at it from the road. Another really great container. So she just has 2 containers in this bed, but again, the alocasia is back behind here. It kind of makes it seem like it's a part of the container itself, but it is not. It's planted in the ground back there. And then you have your surefire white begonias are absolutely loving this space right here. They have just really taken off. I think she only has 2 or 3 in this whole container. You're clowning around my all-time favorite caladium. You might in another video hear me say I have another all-time favorite, because this year there's another one that's up and coming that I absolutely love. Up and coming for my favorite. It's not new. It's a new variety next year, but it's not new to the market or anything like that. And then you have a hippoestus in here. And I think that might be, oh, and another double Rockapogo impatient in there. But I just love this. There's so much foliage, which she is a huge fan of foliage. I think she'd rather have containers of foliage all around her house than have any flowers. But I absolutely love this combo. Everything works great together. It doesn't love to be overwatered, anything in here. The caladiums like to stay a little bit more dry. So your surefire begonias, your impatiens like to stay more wet, but everything else plays really, really well together. And I want to show you this caladium down here. My obsession with caladiums has gone like through the roof the last 2 years, and I'm waiting for everybody else to get on this train, because when you guys start to add caladiums into your containers, you are just going to be like, how can I get more? Where can I get more? Because they do so well. We have this here, and this is the Splash of Wine caladium, and it's just so pretty. The leaves on it are kind of rippled, and it has the whites, it has the pinks, just lots of variation. It's pulling a deeper red down here. So really, if you pair this, like I said, with a red, it's going to pull more reds. If you pair this with a white, those whites are going to pop, and that red is really going to come out. You can pair it with a red, you know what, a red sun patient would be really beautiful with this. So, so many options for you to choose from to pair this with. And she just has this one in the ground here again. Another great borderscape piece. This one's going to like it more, you know, dabbled sun, early morning sun will be better for it, or shade. So I hope you enjoyed the first of this mini series, and we have lots more to come. So see you guys soon. Bye.